what's up, bargain gamers? This is Long Ashes, and this is the first episode of Crap Game, show where we review bargain bin games. $10 and under, that's our limit. Trying to find a good game, and today's game that we're going to be reviewing, or this week's game we're going to be reviewing, is the Saboteur. It was available for PC as well as the console. And I got this at Half Price Books for $7.49. I saw it on Amazon.com for $4 as well. So a really cheap game. Came out in 2009, and it was EA and Pandemic, which I've heard no longer exists, unfortunately. I've played the game a little bit, and what I played of it so far I like, but we're going to get into the details of it, and I'll tell you a little bit more information about, you know, the ups and downs of it, and if it's worth it really to even buy. So we're going to start playing it, and I'll be back in a little bit to talk a little bit more about it. Be back in a second.
In this video, I kind of wanted to show you the options menu. This is the main screen. When you first get into the game, you start a new game, load a game, but you can go to the options, and there's various options in there. They split it off by various sections, like most games. Gameplay, difficulty, subtitles, tutorials. One thing I thought was kind of funny is you can turn the nudity on and off, and he says a little funny thing there, as you can see, when you turn it on and off. I'll just leave it off in the game. There's really no point in it, you know. Maybe if I was 12 years old or something, it might make a little bit more sense. But yeah, sometimes it's kind of odd if you hit the wrong button, you accidentally go outside of the menu option, so I skipped that. But audio, you have the music, effects, video. That was the weird thing. In order to set your resolution and your more higher level graphics settings, you got to do that outside of the game in the launcher. The only thing under video here is gamma correction. Controls, you have sensitivity of the mouse, scope sensitivity, camera, and then controls. This is where you set all the controls for the whole game. Shows you the action. You can set a primary and a secondary button, and then you can set it for the gamepad as well as the keyboard. The story of the game basically starts out with Sean Devlin. He's an Irishman. He was a mechanic, and now he's a race car driver. Something happened to his friend, and we'll get into that. I don't want to do too many spoilers, but basically now he's in France, and he's approached by this man, Luke, who is part of the French Revolution, and apparently, you know, he's supposed to help him because of his skills in race car driving. He's considered kind of a stuntman or a risk taker, so he thinks that he's the perfect person to help with the French Revolution. You know, this takes place World War II. Nazis are all over the place. War is among everybody, and you know, it's just kind of turmoil going around everywhere in the streets. So that's really the setting of the game. And what this part of the game is really the first mission, where you meet Luke, and he asks you to do some stuff to spark the revolution. So he's just asking them to get in the car, and they're going to drive off for the first mission. You know, I've said a lot of positive things about this game so far, and to be honest with you, it's because it's a pretty good game. This is one of those, as you can hear the music in the background. They play a lot of music from that time period, and just the scenery, you know, like the buildings, the art that they have, the way people act, the cars you drive, the music that you listen to while you're in those cars. It just gives you a nice sense and a feel for the world at that time, especially when you go into the black and white areas and the colored areas as well. In this game, color plays a big aspect. If you're in areas where you have not completed some sort of main mission, or, you know, helped with the revolution or built up the revolution or freed as much people, it's still black and white. Kind of gives you that gloomy type aspect to it, and then once you complete that mission, the world kind of explodes and becomes color. So Sean is walking around in a color-filled world. It's really cool. It gives you a cool atmosphere, but a downside to that is it's really hard to see sometimes. Like if you're trying to avoid the Nazis or evade them, and you're in a high-speed chase, that black and white can get a little annoying when you're trying to find that right alleyway to drive down.
All in all, so far it's a pretty decent game. There are a few quirks and stuff, which I'll mention here in a little bit after a few more clips of footage of the game itself. But overall, pretty decent game, and I'll mention those quirks in just a bit. So we're going to keep playing, and there's a lot of missions ahead of the flashback, so bear with me, and we'll try to get through a lot of them, and that's about it. Be back in a second.
One of the cooler aspects of this game, I thought, was it brought in some elements to the game, like Hitman, where you can kind of sneak up behind people and primarily the Nazis, and steal their uniform, and then in doing so you can actually go into a mission as that soldier. And as you can see, it says disguise there on the screen. Basically I had an alarm on me, but now they're not so sure. They think I might be one of them, might be one of their own. Of course, you wouldn't do this in the middle of gunfire. I just did this real quick to show you. I was kind of in the middle of an alarm, and I thought to show this. But normally what you would do is, before a mission, you'd sneak up to a tower, knock the person out, kill them, take their clothing, and then walk into an actual base area where you can use the disguise to your advantage. So there's several different tactics you can use to complete a mission. One of the side objectives you could do in the game is there's various outposts and satellites and guard stations. You can sabotage those, and when you do that, they explode, and as you can see, you get contraband points. Thought that was kind of cool. It's a nice distraction if you don't feel like doing the main missions, or there's a main mission that's kind of hard. Then you can do these things, earn some money, and it's always fun to blow some shit up. So that was pretty cool. One of the things that happens in the game is the alarm level. It's kind of like the one level in Grand Theft Auto, where sometimes after a mission, the Nazis are hot on your trail, so you have to escape, or you run over a Nazi or get too close to a Nazi station and you're too suspicious, so they alert the level. And there's various levels you go through, and as you go through those various levels, more and more Nazi military outfits will come to try to stop you. I found it's pretty simple to outrun the Nazis, especially on just an alarm level of 1. As you can see, I stole a Nazi motorcycle here, which is not always the brightest of ideas. Normally you'd like to get into a different car, but I escaped them, and
there are a lot of bugs in this game. There's a lot of clipping issues where you can kind of go through the walls a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't match up with when you're climbing walls. You're hitting the space bar to climb the walls, and you don't grab onto the ledge at the top. You have to move around, and same with like objects. Sometimes you get stuck into objects and have to kind of walk around. It's just kind of annoying. But also, one of the most annoying things I found in the game was you're in the middle of a mission. You're in the heat of it. There's a lot of Nazis around shooting, and you're trying to switch to a weapon real quick, and you hit the button, and it's not freaking processing. I've had that several times where I hit the button. It's like, what the hell? And it's not processing. So that was really annoying. Also, for a little bit there, I was wondering what the hell was going on with my weapons disappearing. And I come to find out if you die in the game, your weapons go away, and you got to rebuy them again. Sometimes you got to repair vehicles and stuff too if you die. But I thought that was kind of odd because I didn't really mention that too much. It might be in the manual. I didn't read the manual, so shame on me if it's in there, but I didn't see that anywhere in the tutorial. That's another thing. Let's talk about tutorial too. I turn the tutorial on. You can turn them off, but normally when you're playing a game for the first time, you need to learn all the various controls, and there's a lot of controls in this game. There's various things that you can do. You can sneak up and grab people. You can switch into outfits. You can call the resistance to help you out. You can switch different weapons. You can run. You know, there's various things you do with the cars. Plant explosives. You know, there's all kinds of different things. So controls. You know, you need a tutorial. You just need it. I felt that. You know, the tutorial was really annoying, especially if you failed on a mission and you died and you had to go back and do the mission again. You go through the same fucking tutorial screens again. You cannot skip past those. You can skip past the movies by hitting spacebar, but you cannot skip past those damn tutorial screens, and it's really annoying.
This is one of the bigger aspects in the game. It seems like they kind of took this from like an Assassin's Creed type of thing. Prince of Persia type deal, where you can climb the walls, you can slide on like a clothesline type thing. I thought it was pretty cool. The only problem is sometimes it's a little buggy. He doesn't always pull up on the areas that you wanted him to actually pull up on. Like right there, I didn't expect to actually climb up on that, but he got it, and I said screw it and kept climbing. One of the ways to get weapons in this game is to actually earn money by stealing contraband and selling that, and you get money from that. And then this is the weapon selection screen. I thought it was really cool. It broke it out, and pretty much you could look at everything on one screen: pistols, machine guns, rifles, you know, heavy artillery, and you can buy special perks and just all kinds of different stuff in here. So I thought that was really cool, and they unlock as you go further in the game, which is pretty neat. Ammo in this game as well was pretty cool. It's real simple. You pretty much just have like pistol, machine gun, and rifle. And rifle even works like for shotgun and stuff too. So it's real simple. I like how they keep it simple. The Aurora, yes, one of the cars you get eventually in the game. Kick-ass car, but it's actually not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to show is the mini-map. As you can see, there's many missions on the map. I've already completed the game, but these are side missions. Those are the initials of the various people that you get to talk to unlock certain missions. It's kind of cool. Just knocking down some pedestrians there. Woohoo! You know, as you're driving along, you can watch the mini-map and see the the general direction that you need to head in order to get to those missions. It's not the best. Sometimes it's still better to pull to full map, and you can do that by hitting escape. Sometimes when the mini map doesn't help, you can go into the full map. It gives you your various basic legend and stuff. I don't know exactly what that really does for you. I always go into full map mode. One thing I wanted to mention, one of the biggest annoyances, is you kind of lose track of your position, especially like when you zoom out here and zoom back in. You kind of lose track of where you're at on the map, and it kind of plays havoc on linking to the streets in a special way that keeps you on track, but it still shows you everything that you need to know.
Overall, I like playing the game, and hell, it was cheap, so $7, you can't beat that. We're going to be reviewing a lot of other games here. They're not going to be coming out as fast as our other shows, so again, I'll apologize for that up front, but we got another reviewer coming on board, and possibly another one as well, so we'll be pumping out a lot more reviews hopefully here in the near future. But that's it for the first review of Crap Game, the Saboteur. Playable status, pick it up, $7, definitely worth it. This is Long Ashes, and we're going to continue to search for games in the bargain bin. It's a new day, it's a new